Not sure how to get that flawless finish you're looking for with your concealer and foundation? Well, I'm here to show you exactly how to do it using our LimeLife by Alcone Perfect Foundation and Perfect Concealer. I've helped hundreds of women learn how to look and feel their absolute best, and I'm here to help you do the same. So before we talk about makeup, we need to talk about skincare first. You need to exfoliate twice a week. You need to wash with a gentle cleanser, and you need to moisturize daily. And the last thing to make sure you're doing before you ever put any makeup on is using a sunscreen. And I suggest the LimeLife by Alcone Perfect Sunscreen. It's an all-natural sunscreen that has a zinc base to it, and it's really great because it's also a primer. So that being said, I have done those things already. My face is primed and ready to go, and we're gonna get started with the makeup. So after you've done your skin prep, the next thing you're gonna wanna do is prime your face. And I'm using a First Base Makeup Primer. This is a fine mist. It's got aloe and a bunch of vitamins in it, so it's really good for your skin, and it's going to create that perfect base to make sure your makeup doesn't settle. I'm pretty generous with my sprays. So we're just gonna let that dry for a minute. Okay, as that's drying, I'm gonna explain color correcting with concealers. So depending on your skin, you're gonna have different needs. The big thing that I deal with is hyperpigmentation and dark circles. I definitely do struggle with breakouts from time to time. Right now, I don't really have a lot. So I have a little spot here, and I'm gonna use my Perfect Concealer #1 with my finger to cover up the redness. So basically, it's very basic color theory. You're gonna use colors opposite on the color wheels. So for a red spot, you're gonna use a green tint to conceal it. It just sort of balances out the color. For me, the big thing is, like I said, hyperpigmentation, and I deal with the dark circles under the eyes. Please comment below if you know what I'm talking about. Women, this is probably one of the biggest concerns that I get is, how do I cover up my dark circles? So give me a yes if you deal with dark circles. Don't be shy. So to counterbalance dark circles, which tend to be sort of purplish brown in nature, my best suggestion is to use an orange or salmon tinted concealer to balance out that tone. So I'm going to use this Perfect Concealer #3. This is a sort of peachy, salmony tint, and I'm going to apply it fairly sparingly. You just don't need very much. And I'm using our concealer brush. This is #6. So pay special attention to any areas that are dark, and then this little circle right in the tear duct always tends to be really dark on me. I love this concealer. It does the job for me every time. So the next thing is you kind of just need to decide, do you want to use that same color for your eyelids or not? I tend to go ahead, because I have a lot of redness on my eyelids. Redness/brown. This one works really well for me. I have some people that I know that just use like a brightening concealer on their eyelids. It's sort of up to you. When I put my concealer on under my eyes, I don't go all the way up to my waterline. I try to leave that area like right under my lashes untouched, because that's got that natural, perfect, just soft shadow. You don't necessarily want to conceal that and make that look flawless. Like your body, your skin has that natural shadow right there that's really lovely by itself. So I try to leave that alone if possible. So the next thing that I do is what I it depends on my day, but I do one of two things. I either move right to foundation from here, or I will take a lighter brightening concealer and put that on around the eyes as well. So today I am going to do that because I want to show you sort of my, I don't know, best tips and tricks, and this is one of them. The brightening under the eyes is fantastic. So I'm using Perfect Concealer from LimeLife by Alcone number 0. And again, I'm going pretty sparingly because you just don't need very much. And I really love using this brush because you can kind of get that placement exactly where you want. And I like to come down almost basically even with my nose. Then the next thing I do, take my ring fingers and just work that product because it's so highly pigmented. You don't need very much. And whatever you do put on your face, you want to make sure it blends really, really well. Basically, if you were looking at me, and I don't know if you can tell this on the camera, but you can't hardly even tell I have any makeup on. It just blends into your skin. And these products are made to be camera friendly. So they look really, really, really natural. All right, this is where we go ahead and do foundation. So the foundation brush that I've been using lately, it seems to work really well for me because I like a more full coverage look. This is an IT Cosmetics for Ulta brush, and I think it's number 115. It's a kabuki style brush, so it's flat and it's angled, and it works really well for me. So again, I've put the concealer on, I've done the color correcting, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab my foundation. So this is super, super, super simple. So I have my foundation palette here and my brush, and I just do a couple quick turns in there, and I just start dabbing the product on. I don't go around the eyes because I already have 2 layers of product on. I have my color correcting concealer and then my brightening concealer. So I don't need anything around my eyes. I just go everywhere else. And what's awesome about this is it just doesn't even look like I have any makeup on, except for the coverage I get. Usually I do my brows after, so I would be pretty generous and liberal with my product around the eye, around the eyebrows. I have them done already today, so to be a little bit more careful, I just sort of press that. It's got that flat end, so it's really easy to just work the product in. But I love this technique because it gives me that full coverage that I love. So that's it for foundation and concealer. Now I want to show you what I always do, and this is so key for me. Before I do any other makeup, usually what I do here is, from here for makeup, I put powder on, and then I'll do my like a bronzer or a contour. But before I do anything with powders, I always spray setting spray. So what I'm going to do is use my setting spray. Now this is the oil strike finish. I also use the time setter. I sort of use them, I use either one. If you're super, super oily, I would say oil strike. If you're not oily at all, I would say time setter. If you're combo, I think either one can work really well. Woo, I think I just ate some. Anyway, so I'm pretty generous with that, and when that dries, then I put my powder on. And this is a really, really good tip to keep your makeup lasting and looking fresh all day long. I use 2 colors of powder. I use a brightening around the eyes, and then I use my color match, which right now is number 2. But before you put any powder on, you want to make sure that you don't have any creasing, so you can go back in with your finger and just dab anything that might be creasing. I just pick up a sparse amount of that brightening powder, and I just tap it on to where I put the concealer, both under the eye and on the eye. But you want to do that very thin layer first because it just sets your makeup and you don't have any creasing. So I'm just going back in with the number 19 brush. This is the small taper brush. This is number 1. I'm going to use my normal color, which is number 2 right now. Make sure you're working down the neck a little bit too, because the neck never gets as much sun. And that's it. From here, I usually put on a blush, do my contour, and then after everything's done, then I'll go back in and spray again with setting spray. Now you know exactly how to get a flawless makeup look, but what if you don't know what colors to get? I've got a Facebook group dedicated to women just like you who want to look and feel their best. You're welcome to join my group and ask questions in there, and I answer each question personally. If you're ready to shop, just click the link in the description and you'll go right to my website where you can pick out your perfect colors and build your perfect collections. Check out my upcoming videos on more beauty tips and tricks. If you like this video, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and tap on the bell to be notified for all my upcoming videos.